But this time, they met. It was Charlie. Charlie's face did not change at this time, and his toes gently rubbed on the ground, and a triangular piece of broken glass ballast on the ground suddenly bounced from the ground at a very fast speed, and went straight to Iga Camino. In the blink of an eye, Charlie kicked another piece of glass ballast again, and shot in the same direction. As Iga Camino rushed, he suddenly saw two crystal clear and colorful things in his eyes, like two shooting stars one after another, passing by his vision in an instant. Before he had time to think about what it was, he suddenly felt a sharp pain in his right wrist holding the ninja sword. In less than a blink of an eye, the same pain suddenly came from his left wrist. After a while, he felt that his hands lost strength in a short time, and the ninja sword in his hand immediately took off and fell to the ground. At the same time, two warm red water mists from unknown sources rushed onto his face immediately. When he smelled the strong bloody smell in the red water mist, he finally realized that his hands had been cut off by the two meteor-like rays of light. And the two red water mists that spewed out were blood mists spewing out from the wrists of his two hands. He was shocked. He doesn't understand why this happened at all. At this moment, Charlie suddenly rushed forward. He grabbed Iga Camino by the neck and picked up his body directly. At the same time, Charlie has also avoided the encirclement of other people. This group of mad dog-like ninjas thought that Charlie might choose a direction to break through, but none of them expected that Charlie would choose Iga Camino's direction to break through. Didn't this take the initiative to hit the hardest wall? However, Charlie chose the hardest one among them. At this time, Iga Camino, the whole person was provoked by Charlie pinching the neck with one hand, and the wrists of both hands were still bleeding. Although the arms can still move, they can't move completely below the wrists, so they can't move completely. Lost all attack power. Charlie pinched his neck, walked straight through the hall from the window, and then slammed his body against the wall with one hand. At the same time, Charlie still kept the posture of pinching his neck with one hand, making him 30 centimeters above the ground. At this time, Iga Camino, with his legs hanging in the air, stuck to the wall, relying on Charlie's hand to get stuck so that he would not slip off the wall. But the tremendous strength in Charlie's hands made him almost unable to breathe, his legs kicked, his face was dark purple. Everyone at the scene was frightened. Especially the few Iga ninjas, feeling that the whole worldview has been subverted. Everyone is horrified. What is the origin of this man? Why is he so strong? More than strong. It's like a god. The powerful Iga Camino, under his hand, has fallen like a dead dog. What kind of perverted ability is necessary to form such an abnormal and thorough crush on Iga Camino? At this time, Charlie's expression was extremely cold, but the corners of his mouth appeared to be extremely ridiculous, and he sneered word by word. It turns out. This is what the ninjutsu is. What a long time waste. Charlie's words made everyone more frightened immediately. They realized at this time that Charlie had just kicked two pieces of broken glass ballast with his toes just now, and he had directly and accurately cut off Iga Camino's two hand muscles. It is not difficult to kick the glass ballast. It's not difficult to hurt people with kicked glass ballast. But the difficulty is that it is impossible to accurately cut off a person's two hand muscles with a kicked glass fragment. What's more, instead of standing there and letting the opponent attack, Iga Camino rushed all the way to the opponent, and would be cut off from his hands while moving at a high speed. This head is incredible. Moreover, Charlie can completely subdue Iga Camino with just one hand, and this ability is also incredible. What kind of perverted strength is it that can reach this point? Ziyu also looked silly. At this moment, Charlie nailed Iga Camino to the wall with one hand. It was like a god in her eyes. At this time, Iga Camino was still struggling, trying to break away from Charlie's control. But the tiger's mouth on Charlie's right hand was like steel bars, leaving only a little space for him to breathe. Iga Camino struggled and asked with a slight voice, "You, who are you?" "Me?" Charlie smiled, "I am your Chinese father." Iga Camino's expression was extremely ugly, as were other people's expressions. However, at this moment, no one dared to attack Charlie. Because they knew that with Charlie's strength, Iga Camino's neck could be chopped off easily. At this time, Iga Camino gritted his teeth and asked, "I have no grievances with you, what do you want?" Charlie smiled slightly, "I want your life." After finishing speaking, he looked at the dumb ninjas and sneered, "Oh yes, I also want your life." Everyone took a step back, holding knives in both hands, but their expressions were full of horror. At this time, Iga Camino shouted, "Hurry up and tie that woman. Come on." As soon as the voice fell, a ninja rushed up, put the ninja sword on Ziyu's neck, and said nervously, "Let him go. Otherwise, I will kill her." Charlie gave a hum, and said lightly, "If you want to kill, feel free to kill. Don't know her either." Iga Camino said hoarsely, "You don't bluff me here. Didn't you come to save her?" Charlie said calmly, "Of course not. I came to Kyoto today to visit my old friend, that is, Miss Nanako of the Ito family. As a result, your people are so dying to go to the Ito family to inquire. Just came here."